All right, sixth grade, hello. This video is 9.3 areas of trapezoids. Please make sure you have your 9.3 notes ready to go, a pencil or pen, whatever you're using, and your book is open to page 393. Areas of trapezoids. Let's remind ourselves first, what is a trapezoid? A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with at least one pair of parallel opposite sides. Notice in this trapezoid, here is our pair of parallel opposite sides, okay? When we talk about area of trapezoids, we need to identify three things that we're going to be using in our area. We are going to have two bases, okay? B1 or base 1 and B2, base 2, as well as our height, okay? So base 1, base 2, and height. Here is our formula for the area of a trapezoid. Area is equal to B1, so base 1 plus B2, base 2, divided by 2 times H, okay? Which means the same as 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times H. Super, super important with this formula that you pay close attention to your order of operations. Just a reminder, that is GEMDIS. I'm going to run out of room. Okay. Grouping, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Okay, so super important that we're paying attention to our orders of operation in this. Okay, you have to do all of this first, because this entire thing, base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2, is in parentheses. Now, one little kind of tricky thing, it's as if whatever is happening in the numerator has these parentheses that we don't necessarily write in, okay? So you are going to do your area of a trapezoid in this order to follow order of operations correctly. You are going to add base 1 and base 2 first. Then you are going to divide that sum by 2. That is step number 2. Then you are going to multiply your quotient of that, which your quotient again is the sum of base 1 and base 2 divided by 2, okay? So you have what you've divided, you have your quotient, and you multiply your quotient by the height. If you are using the other option for the formula, you're going to add base 1 and base 2 first. Then you can do the multiplication in whichever order you want. You can take your sum, base 1 and base 2, multiply it by your height, and then multiply all of that by 1/2, okay? Or you can take your sum first. You have to do the addition first. Multiply that by 1/2, and then multiply that by your height, okay? Example number 1, okay? Example number 1, here we have a trapezoid with a base of 7 and a base of 15, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and call this guy up here base 1. Call this one base 2. It really doesn't matter which one is which, okay? And then we have our height right here, okay? So I've already written the formula in here. Area is equal to base 1 plus base 2, that entire sum divided by 2, that whole quotient multiplied by height. Let's plug in what we have, okay? Area is equal to base 1, I've said that's 7, plus base 2, divided by 2 times our height, which is 9. Okay? So that is 7 plus 15 is 22 divided by 2 times 9. 22 divided by 2 is 11. Multiply that by 9. 11 times 9 is 99. And we weren't given units in our picture of this, so we are not going to worry about units here, okay? But we're talking about area, so if there are units, it's units squared. Skill check number 1, I'm going to go ahead and tackle number 2. I've drawn it here already. So here is our height, here is our base 1, here is our base 2. Area is equal to B1 plus B2, everything divided by 2, times our height. Plug in what we have. We have base 1, 8, plus base 2, 10, divided by 2, everything being multiplied by our height, which is 3. That is 18, okay? Because 10 plus 8 is 8. 18 divided by 2, everything times 3. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. We were not given units for that one. We're all done. If you want to go ahead and practice with number 1 in box skill check number 1, your final answer is going to be 108. So if you want to check that, make sure you have the right answer after you do that. Okay, example number 2. Find the area of this trapezoid. Uh-oh, the trapezoid is sideways, okay? It looks kind of different because it's drawn a little differently than, let's say, this trapezoid that we have up here. It's okay that it's sideways. It's okay that it's sideways. What you want to do is identify your parallel sides. Your parallel sides are always your bases, okay? So when we look at this kind of different looking trapezoid, which are the sides that are running parallel to each other? Which are the sides that are never going to cross even if they went on forever? In this case, here are the parallel sides. So there's our bases. We're just going to go ahead and call this one base 1, this one base 2, which means 6 is our height. Now, use your formula. Area is equal to B1 plus B2 divided by 2, everything multiplied by your height. Plug in what we have. We have base 1, 39, plus base 2, 15. That sum divided by 2, multiply everything by your height, okay? 39 plus 15, okay? What's 39 plus 15? That is 54 divided by 2. We're eventually going to multiply that by 6, okay? 54 divided by 2 is 27. 27 times 6 is 162. We were not given units in our picture, so our final answer here is 162. Example number 3. Find the height of a trapezoid with an area of 39 centimeters squared and bases of 5 centimeters and 8 centimeters, okay? So let's plug in what we do have, okay? We have 2 bases, 8 centimeters and 5 centimeters. Again, it doesn't matter which one is 1 or 2 because addition is commutative. It doesn't matter. So just go ahead and write in your 2 bases divided by 2. Find the height. So that means we do not know h, okay? But we do know area. Area is 39. So base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2, multiply all of that times the height, and that is equal to our area, okay? 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 divided by 2 times our height is equal to 39. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. Okay, 6.5 times h is equal to 39. I am trying to find the height of this trapezoid. I need h all by itself. H is being multiplied by 6.5. So I need to do the opposite of multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. Divide this side of the equation by 6.5. If I divide one side of the equation by 6.5, I have to divide the other side by 6.5. Okay, that keeps my equation balanced. 6.5 divided by 6.5 on the left is just 1. So that cancels out, leaving h all alone equal to something, which is what I want. 39 divided by 6.5 is 6. Okay, notice our units, centimeters, so the height of our trapezoid is 6 centimeters. That's example number 3. Here I have skill check number 2, box skill check number 2. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do number 2 and number 3 with you in here, okay? So number 2, we have this trapezoid that's kind of flipped on its side, okay? It's okay. Find the pair of parallel sides. Identify those. Those are your bases. Here are our parallel sides, okay? So our bases are 3 and 4, and our height is right here, and it is 0.5 meters, okay? So area is equal to base 1 plus base 2, so 3 plus 4 divided by 2 times your height, which is 0.5. 3 plus 4 is 7 divided by 2 times 0.5. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. 3.5 times 0.5 is equal to 1.75, and we are given units. We have meters. Area is always in units squared, so 1.75 meters squared. If you want to do number 1 on your own and just make sure you're getting this okay, the answer to number 1 is, sorry, I'm looking at my book here, 126 centimeters squared. If you want to try to tackle that one, make sure that's the answer that you get, okay? Moving on to number 3. I don't know why this says skill check number 3. That should say we're still in box skill check number 2. Sorry about that. But we're going to do number 3 in box skill check number 2. It says find the height of a trapezoid if the bases are 16 and 10 inches and the area is 91 inches squared, okay? So let's plug in what we have. We have 2 bases, so 16 plus 10, base 1 plus base 2, always divided by 2, multiplied by the height, find the height, which means we don't know the height, so there's h. But we do know the area, that is equal to 91. Okay, let's tackle what's happening in our parentheses. 16 plus 10 is 26 divided by 2 times h is equal to 91. 26 divided by 2 is 13 times h is equal to 91. 13h, I need h by itself. H is being multiplied by 13. Go ahead and divide both sides of your equation by 13. On the left-hand side, 13 divided by 13 is 1. So those go away, leaving h all alone, which is what I want. H is equal to 91 divided by 13, which is 7. We're talking about inches in this problem. So the height of our trapezoid is 7 inches. That is how you tackle area of trapezoids. As always, use the post function, use the reply function on the posts, okay? Or go ahead and send me a chat if you have any questions as you're working through this assignment.